I'd like to make a short video about our 3 soldier catfish, Lithodoras dorsalis. We got them from Rodrigo predatory fins when they were still here in Florida, the end of 2021. Today is the mid 2024. We got them at about, I would say 3-4 inches. So that makes them about 3.5 years old, close to 4. Hold on a second. Yeah. As I said, we have 3 of them. They're probably some of the greediest fish we've ever had. Not as greedy as largemouth bass, peacock bass, but for a scavenger catfish, they're extremely greedy, I would say. Greedier than all other armored catfish we ever had. Niger, irwini, granulated. This is our biggest one. It looks, some people ask me if this fish is gravid or pregnant. I tell them no, it just likes its food. Perhaps this is the female, by the way, I think. The reason why it is so aggressive at eating times. Despite their smaller mouth, they keep sucking in whatever fits in their mouth, fish, pellets, anything. They suck them in obscene amounts. If they grab a fish tail first, then they try to break it by doing sudden movements side to side. If it goes in head first, they're able to swallow it without problems. This one is slightly smaller. I want to say they're not quite 2 feet. Probably closer to 1.5 feet. I kind of expected faster growth from them. I probably miscalculated. Yeah, they're about 2.5, 3, pushing 3 years old. I was expecting at least 2 feet by now. We used to have one in our prior life in Rochester, New York, which was a rescue. Just got lucky one day. Pets Plus in Lockport, I think, had one. Lockport, New York, near Buffalo. Had a rescue one, which we bought from them. An adult. They offered quite infrequently in the United States. So after that one individual, we probably waited about 10 years to find these 3. While they're pretty common in the Amazon River and in Brazil and that surroundings. Not sure why they're brought in so infrequently. It's a nocturnal scavenger that, again, wants to swallow anything almost without any consideration for the amount. Where's the third one? That was, oh, he's over there on the other side of that rocks, on the other side of the irwini. They're all about the same size. So the girth wise, that's the biggest one, I think, is probably the female, and the 2 other ones They're comparable to that girth, but one of them is a little slimmer, and another is closer to the big guy that was up front, or the girl. So I'm not sure. Maybe the slimmest one is the male, the thickest one is the female, and then the one in between is uncertain. They're pretty gentle. I've never seen them have disputes between themselves or with other fish. I would say they're rather timid. They usually, if anything happens, they're on the receiving end of some unwanted attention. The split in the tail. Sometimes they have some bite marks on them here and there. Nothing serious, just ordinary encounters, I would say. They're different from the other large growing armored catfish, Doradidae, in that they have bony plates on top of their body. They also have bony plates down below on the ventral side, and they have bony plates around their eyes, on their snout. So they're more heavily plated than the usual lateral line bony scutes ending in sharp hooks of their cousins in the same family. They have very sharp, very long serrated spines. In the pectoral fins and in the dorsal fin, that like an old Doradidae, they can be erected and locked in the joint, so they never move, not forward, not backward. This is how they evade being swallowed head first, and also tail first. But when somebody tries to grab them tail first or mid-body, they have those sharp hooks along the lateral line, which, as they thrash around, they hurt the mouth of a predator. So they're let go that way, and this is how they evade predation or being swallowed whole from the back or from the front. The one that he used to have 15 years ago in Rochester, New York, also was a very avid eater, if nothing was bothering it. They're rather easily bothered by brazen, aggressive fish like pacu, for example. You don't want to have them with pacu. They're too slow, too timid, too primitive. Aggressive catfish like wyckii and others, and also aggressive biters like gars, large gars, alligator gars, or indiscriminate biters. That's probably a bad tank mate for them. So as I said, they're the biggest, some of the biggest growing in that genus, or in that family, I should say. So irwini, granulated, Lithodoras granulosus, soldiers, and these are around comparable. Soldiers are probably a little smaller than granulated and irwinis, and the biggest is the niger or ripsaw catfish. The fifth biggest is Lithodoras. Here's the granulated one of the bigger ones right up front. Lithodoras is the fifth, or yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth biggest, and then the rest of them are of Doradidae. Doradidae are quite a bit smaller, including the very popular Raphael catfish that a lot of our peers keep. Alright, so that was our humble update on the soldier catfish. Lithodoras means, lithos means rock, doras means skin, that's why they're called rock-bacu sometimes. B-A-K-U, baku, I guess. Rock as in lithos. Dorsalis means dorsal side, I guess. That's probably in the reference of their bony scutes on top of their, on the dorsal side. I don't think other big Doradidae have anything like that. So they're unique in that regard. They live in this 1800-gallon tank. Have been for the past, I want to say, couple of years.